The biggest tech releases of the year 2023. This year was definitely an exciting one, with big companies such as Samsung, Google, as well as Apple releasing the best phones. But now, since the year is over, which of these companies has designed a phone that occupies the number one spot? Well, let's do a rundown of the top 4 phones of 2023. But oh, how could I forget the most important part of this video? Like, comment, and subscribe. These are just some of the 4 top phones for the year 2023. Please stick around to the end to see which phone occupies the number one spot. Coming in at number 4 is a phone designed by the company Samsung, and this phone is known as the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. Definitely one of the most versatile phones of 2023 because it can double as a smartphone as well as a tablet. Outside of the versatility that this phone has is the interesting fact that it has 3 cameras which have all of these features here displayed on the screen, making your wide shots, your close range shots very precise and beautiful, going for a professional clean and nice cut. The reason being why this phone is actually number 4 does have to do with its name, if you get what I mean. I might catch a lot of smoke for this, but coming in at number 3 is a Pixel 7a, phone designed by the Google company. Interestingly enough, Google has moved away from spying on us and actually creating phones. It's a great camera system, but the downside to this phone is actually not having a wireless charging option as well as a poor design, but I do think that it deserves to be on the number 3. Coming in at the number 2 spot, the iPhone 15. An iPhone is about to release something. A lot of people are always looking at the new features that the new phone is going to have. In terms of new features, we've seen already that the dual camera system, dynamic island display, both of those we've already seen on the iPhone 14. So there's really nothing much to talk about there. So it was actually a bit of a disappointment to see that this phone is so expensive, but there isn't really a lot of new features. Even the A16 Bionic chip that Apple talks about, it claims to make the phone 40% faster, and maybe that might be one of the new things that we see on this phone, but generally we're still seeing an extension of what we saw on the iPhone 14. But because this is an iPhone, it deserves to be on the number 2 spot.
Coming in at number 1
is the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. As the name says, this phone is designed by the company Samsung, and the design of this phone is quite good, even though it seems bulky and is often heavy. But as compared to all the other phones in this list, this does deserve to be on the number 1 spot. The camera on this thing, the zoom is so good. And as you can see from these angles that I'm projecting on the screen, it's so nice and slim. Not even talking about the S Pen, it does a lot for people who actually want to do administrative work and want to edit, maybe on Canva or sign documents. The elegance of this phone, the attention to detail, the amount of hours that they put into design actually paid off because this phone is number 1 and a lot of people really love this phone. We've seen a lot of comparisons throughout the year about the camera versus the 15 and the S23. Definitely the S23 is much more superior, but you're gonna see in this year 2024 whether Apple is gonna catch up to Samsung, because Samsung has always been one step ahead. But how do these phones compare in terms of price? One of the most expensive phones on this list, ironically, is the second and last one. But those were some of the biggest tech releases of the year 2023. I know you guys might not agree with the sequence of these phones, so tell me what you think, as well as the reasons why you think a certain phone should actually be higher. Comment and subscribe. Tell me what you want to see in my channel coming. But I do think that I want to go into a space of actually looking at some of the prices of these phones and seeing how we actually go about getting these phones cheaper. Please like, comment, and subscribe.